Hey y'all. Hey y'all. Hey y'all. Hey y'all. Oh oh. Hey y'all. Hey y'all. My name is Dawn. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Today is yo, this is gonna be really different. I don't even know if I'll put this out. But I kind of do want to record some of my thoughts on this because I've been thinking about it really heavily for these past few days. So y'all know I have four children. They are my oldest is 6, and the twins, they are my youngest, they're 3. So I have a 6-year-old, a 4-year-old, and 3-year-old twins. And I recently introduced them to Michael Jackson. I don't know why I decided with Michael Jackson that Michael Jackson was going to be somebody that I introduced to them. I think primarily because Michael Jackson is very nuanced, especially when we're talking about young children, right? He grew up in the music industry. He is well known, and he is primarily known for the color change that he had gone through, the transformation essentially that took place, right? So he essentially was like two different people or multiple people because he had many looks over the years. So I think that because I knew or I felt like I was going to have a conversation about why one Michael Jackson, like these are the same people, I think I held off on introducing his music to them. And just to give you some backstory, I love music. I like my whole life is a soundtrack. And Michael Jackson, I'm going to just put this out there. I don't claim to be like a huge Michael Jackson fan. I don't know all of his songs. I've never been to a Michael Jackson concert, never wanted to go to a Michael Jackson concert, but I have always admired him for his work ethic, for the music that he's put out, the musicality, his lyricism, his thought process, like all of it. So when I introduced them to Michael Jackson, they love him. They've been talking about Michael Jackson all week. They want to hear Michael Jackson in the car. They want to come home and watch Michael Jackson on YouTube. Michael Jackson is a thing. They want to hear Michael Jackson songs on repeat. So in listening to Michael Jackson and sharing him with the children, I've been able to listen to some of his more obscure tracks that were not mainstream, some of his protest music as from an adult. Some of it I'm hearing for the first time. Some of it I'm hearing from an adult perspective. And I have a lot of thoughts. I have a lot of thoughts about Michael Jackson. And I didn't think much about it until I went back and I watched Moonwalker. Moonwalker is an anthology of his songs, and then he has music videos, and he's essentially telling the media like, F you, leave me alone. Essentially, I'm gonna do what I want. I love what I love, and this is who I am, and y'all are gonna either love it or hate it. 9 times out of 10, y'all are gonna hate it, but this is who I am. I love that. And seeing it as an adult, it's like, yeah, come on, Michael. And then he also has like a short featurette where, yo, I implore y'all to go back and watch Moonwalker. It's on YouTube. When I sat down and I watched Moonwalker, because I haven't watched Moonwalker probably since I was in elementary school. Like, I'm 44 years old. Moonwalker, I want to say, came out in like 88. We used to watch it on like, I want to say every week in school, because if you were in, they had this thing called the Geo Club, and you paid your extra dues. And if you paid extra, you can go into the auditorium and watch movies every, let's say, Thursday. And they would play Moonwalker like every Thursday for like months when it came out. So, I haven't watched Moonwalker since then, but watching it as an adult, coupled with listening to his music, not necessarily the popular music, but the obscure music, and then thinking about the challenges that he has had in life, especially in his later years, like even the way that he died. I have a lot of questions. I have a lot of thoughts. I have a lot of scenarios. And I want to unpack that. I watched Moonwalker, and in the movie, the featurette, he was, number one, very innocent, like how Michael Jackson typically was portrayed, like very innocent, childlike, loving, loved the children. Um, he, in this movie, without giving much of it away, like, I don't want to give it away, but Moonwalker is so many years old. He, in order to like protect children or protect his, like the people that he loved in this movie, he would transform. And the way that he would transform was to if there was a shooting star, he would be able to get what he needed from this shooting star and essentially manifest into something else, something bigger, something powerful. And at the end of the movie, like right before the end, he wound up like leaving. He left and he turned into like this big robot spaceship. It sounds so crazy, but like he turned into this big robot spaceship and he went into space, like left. And I was wondering, coupled with his music, coupled with the challenges that he has faced over his life, if this man wasn't tapping into a piece of heaven, or some people call it the 5D, like we're in the 3D and then like heaven is 5D. Like, I wonder if he was able to somehow, in his mind, in his thoughts, go to a place where he was able to see what life was supposed to be like. And then he would come here, he would wake up, and he would be here on Earth in the 3D. And it just wasn't meshing for him. So this, coupled with, obviously he had issues with his family issues, abuse, allegations of abuse and all of that. I don't know. I feel like I'm not explaining this right, because it's when it's in my head, it makes sense. That's why I'm trying to get it out. Was he not tapping? I feel like he was tapping into something that was beyond this world, that made him yearn to have more of it, to not only bring it here, but to go back to it. So that would explain like the childlike behavior, Neverland, creating a place where it was just, like love and just like all of this, what we perceive to be crazy, a jumble of just stuff, but this is what he saw. And the reason I'm saying this is because even when I think about, like today, we were in the car, me and my kids, and Earth Song came on. I loved this song as a kid, only for the melody and the video. The video was very profound. But when I think about, and let's be real, we've been talking about global warming since I was a kid in school. Wars are nothing new. But when I think about that song, when I think about the video that accompanied the song, when I drive through my little town where I'm like essentially in the forest and I'm seeing them cutting down these trees to build homes and like these major housing complexes and, food places and another mattress store and another tire shop. And I'm looking at the lake, and the lake, I'm seeing the bed of the lake because the levels are so low. Even now, after we had like torrential storms over the weekend, the lake is still low. And the war and the babies dying and the genocide and the abuse and the discrimination and the racism. When I think about that video and that song, he could have written that song and put that song out today. And I want to say that song is like 20 years old. And it makes me wonder, was he trying to escape? Obviously he was, but what was he trying to escape? Did he have foresight? Did he have access to something that was, like in Moonwalker, beyond this world, something where he was able to manifest? And because after a point, he wasn't able to anymore, so he had to go into drugs and anesthesia in order to get back to that. I don't know, but the only thing that I do know is it's been on my mind a lot, because Michael Jackson has always baffled me, because it's like, did he do the things that he was accused of? Did he not? Was he crazy? Was he not? And just going back and introducing my children to his music, and then seeing and listening and watching from an adult perspective, I don't know. I think that he had access. I think he had access, for real. And I think he, in his music, in his protest music, was trying to warn us and show us. And we were just like, yeah, you're brilliant, but you're nuts and we're not here for it. So yeah, I don't know. I know to somebody this is going to sound like a bunch of mumbo jumbo, but to somebody this is going to resonate. If it resonates with you, let's have a conversation, because I'm intrigued. I'm really intrigued. Was he going in the hyperbolic chamber and going under anesthesia because he was trying to get back to what he had seen in visions? Because, I mean, really, out of all the drugs that you could take, you could do coke, you could smoke weed, you could, whatever, like all of these drugs, pop pills, and you going under anesthesia, you want to go to sleep. Yeah, you tired, but there's other ways to go to sleep. Why anesthesia? I don't know. And I feel like the biggest conspiracy theorist right now, and I promise you, yeah, I mean, dabbling a little bit in conspiracy theory, but this, I don't know. I don't know. Weigh in the comments, because I'm going to put this out there at the risk of looking and sounding crazy, but I'm curious. So I'm going to end it here. I'm going to talk with y'all soon. Bye.